Morning yogis, thank you for joining me on the mat and for joining me on holiday. We're in Germany, it's a beautiful summer morning, and I thought I'd share with you my holiday morning practice. So roll out your mat. I've just got a camping, sleeping, foam roll thing. So this goes to show you can really do yoga on anything. You can also just do it on the ground. But yeah, step to the top of your mat and we'll start. As always, starting with your feet together or your feet hip distance, whichever you prefer. And then just find your feet. You might like to pick up your toes and spread them. And then getting your spine nice and tall. And can you balance the weight of your head right over your spine, right over your ankles. Lifting the top of your chest. Breathing in the morning. Letting your arms hang down along your side. And feeling this bit of a heaven and earth connection, your feet pressing down into the earth and the crown of your head reaching up to the heavens. And then a beautiful salute, inhaling the sun, or the sun up, the hands up, and exhaling, curling down. But it is a salute of the sun. And lifting the chin, lifting the chest. And exhaling, curl the head in. I'm going to just do 2 more of these, rolling up, squeeze your bum to help roll you up. Hands up and curling down. Fingers on the floor, knees as bent as they need, chest, chin lifts, and exhaling head to knee. The knees are soft, the bum squeezes, and the breath rolls you up along the spine. Hands all the way up to the sky, and the last time. Rolling down, fingers to the floor, lifting the chest, maybe already noticing your legs straightening just a smidge more, curling in, and then rolling up. Alright, let's move on. Curling down, fingers to the floor, head to knee, lifting the chin, lifting the chest, and then stepping back to a downward facing dog. Spreading your fingers wide, pressing your hands down. Now you've got feet on the floor, your hands on the floor, pressing down and lengthening the spine away from the hands. And then lifting your heels up high, rolling forward to your high plank, bringing the knees to the floor, pointing the toes, lifting the chest. And then rounding the spine. Angry cat. One more time, inhaling, lifting the chin, lifting the chest. Up cat or happy cat. And then tucking the toes, tucking the chin, lifting the knees, downward facing dog. And lifting the heels up high, bending the knees. Walk or step to the top of the mat. Chin and chest lift. Exhaling, head to knee. Soften the knees, squeeze your butt, rolling up. Hands all the way to the sky. And another round of them. A nice way to wake up the body. Lifting chest, lifting chin. And stepping back. If you're stepping back, see if you can remember to swap legs. I usually forget, so I'm trying to remember this time. Pressing your hands down, pulling the hips and the spine back. Lifting your heels up, rolling forward. Knees to the floor. Point the toes, lift the chest. So nice, easy salute to start us off. Exhaling around the spine. Inhaling, lift the chin and the chest. Tucking the toes, tuck the chin, and pressing back down dog. You might already feel like you want to get a little bit more movement. Maybe pedaling out the feet. Maybe if you pedal out the feet, it's nice and slow with the breath. Inhaling up. And exhaling to pedal, rather than just being really mechanical about it. Let this just be as much part of your practice as everything else. And lifting both heels up and sinking both heels. And lifting the heels, bending the knees. Walk or step to the top of the mat, remembering to swap feet and curling the head in. Soften the knees, squeeze your butt, rolling up to standing. And we'll move on. Curling down. Good, so exploring a little bit of a sun salute B. So sink your butt as low as it goes, fingers forward, and then use your butt to push you up into your chair pose. Can you bring your spine and your shins parallel? And then curling down, fingers to floor, head to knee. Inhaling, lifting the chin, lifting the chest. And stepping back, downward facing dog. Lifting the heels up, rolling forward. Bring your knees to the floor. This time keep shifting your weight forward and come all the way down to your belly. Lift your hands, lift your chest and your shoulders, squeeze your butt. So you just use the muscles along your back to lift you up and then lower you down. Pushing up and back to your downward facing dog. And then lifting up your right leg, lift onto the left tip toes. Bring the right knee to your right shoulder. And then pressing it back. Bring the knee to your nose. Press the leg back and bring the foot to the floor. So now what I like to do is I like to step my left foot in a little, anchor that foot, anchor the left heel, and then only step your right foot as far as you can without lifting the back heel. Front knee bends, squeeze your butt, and rolling up the spine, warrior one. Hips square to the front of your mat. Keep your front knee bent, and then roll the spine down, touch the floor. 2 more times. Inhaling up, and down, and inhaling up, and down. Last time, inhaling up. This time, stay up and twisting to the right. So you really have to anchor your feet. Come back to center. Exhale to twist. And to center. And last time, twist. And back to center. Bring your hands down to the floor, stepping back to your down dog. Lifting the heels up high, rolling forward, knees to the floor, shift your weight forward and down. Now you can leave your hand on the floor if you like, but still only using the muscles along your back to lift up. So see, if I lift my hands, my chest doesn't drop. Lifting my shoulders away from the floor, but then lowering down. Pushing up, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Second side. So we float the left leg up, and then tap the knee to the elbow or the shoulder, and pressing it back. And the knee to the nose, and pressing it back, and the foot to the floor. So the right foot comes a little forward, heel to the floor, and then only step the left foot as far forward. So you'll notice you need to use a bit of core strength for that. Front knee bend, squeeze your butt, rolling up, hands to the sky. Warrior one, ribs in, bum squeezing, pressing the feet down and the hips forward. And we do our 3 taps. Exhale to tap. Inhale to roll up. And exhale to tap. Inhale to roll up. Last time. And down. And inhaling up. And twist. Come back to center. So notice how much you have to anchor from the pelvis to the feet so that you don't sway your hips from side to side. And you try to keep the twist in the spine and across the chest. And I think we've got one more, and if not, we'll do one more anyway. Wah! I just got a fright, the sprinkler just came on. And touching the floor, downward facing dog. At least they're not spraying me. And we roll forward, coming down to your belly. And pressing your feet down, squeezing your bum, hips press down, the shoulders lift up, the chest lifts, the spine lifts. Again, without pushing too much with your hands. And down. And pushing up, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Just pause here for a breath or two. Just collecting our thoughts, collecting the breath. And then lifting both heels up high, bending the knees. Walk or step to the top. Chin and chest lift. Exhaling head to knee. Sink your hips as low as they go, fingers forward. Then use your breath and your butt to push you up, chair pose. Hands to heart. And twist to the right. Come back to center. And twist to the left. One more time each side, or rather 2 times. We'll be doing everything 3 times anyway. Come back to center. Exhaling to the left. Come back to center. One last time to the right. Come back. And to the left. And come back. Rolling down, fingers to floor, head to knee. And lifting the chin, lifting the chest. Fingers to the floor, head to knee. Lifting the chin, lifting the chest. And we step back. And do move on. So, lifting the chin, or lifting the heels, rolling forward. Knees on or off the floor. Come all the way down to your bellies. Pointing the toes. Lifting your spine, lifting your hands. Squeeze your butt. Now you can either stay here, your hands can be on or off the floor. If you would like to move on, keep this lift of your spine, hands push down, feet push down. Straightening your arms, upward facing dog. But the spine shouldn't have moved. You've just created more space between you and the floor by straightening your arms and pushing down through your hands and feet. And then tucking your chin, lifting up and rolling over your toes. Lifting your right leg up, right knee, right shoulder, and back. And then to your nose or your forehead, and back. Now from here, bending the knee, we're trying to stretch the front of our quad. So can you try to get your heel to your butt and lift the knee up high. So we're not opening the hips, we're just stretching the front of the leg. And as you come forward, you might stay here in a plank position, or bring your foot to the floor behind you for a variation of side plank, and 3 big nice circles. Inhaling and exhaling. Last time. Inhale and exhaling down. Flipping back, stretch your leg up and step your foot between your hands. Turn your left heel to the floor. Apologies, you're going to see my back. Grounding down through your feet, hug your right hip in, lifting up, warrior 2. Now strong legs, and from here you're going to turn forward, high lunge. So often if you do my videos, you'll notice I come from the high lunge to warrior 2. This time we came from the warrior 2 to high lunge, and then opening out, warrior 2. Front leg doesn't move. Inhaling, forward, and exhaling, open. One more time, inhaling forward. Good. And then keep your front leg as it is. Tap your back knee to the floor. Hand up. Hands to heart, tap the back knee. Hand up. And last time. And up. And bring your hands to the floor, stepping back to your down dog. Lifting your heels up, rolling forward, coming down to your bellies. Pointing the toes. Inhaling for your cobra, either staying here or straightening your arms for your upward facing dog. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. So the second side, inhaling, lifting up, and exhale, tap. Inhaling back, and to the nose, and back. Bending the knee. Can you tap your heel to your butt, but lift the knee up high? And noticing if you're poking the ribs towards the floor. So as you lift the knee, also lift your ribs. And then coming forward, maybe staying in your plank, or turning to your side plank and doing 3 big arm rotations. Hopping back onto your mat, stretching your leg up, and stepping your foot forward. Right heel to the floor. Hug your left sit bone in, squeeze your butt to push down to the feet, and lifting up without changing your legs. Or of course, widen your stance if you need. Warrior 2. Nice and strong. And then we lift the back heel, high lunge, open out. So just getting into this area around the outer right hip and opening the front. 2 more times. Turning forward and opening out. And 1 more time. And out. Notice that you don't turn your toes too far because you'll pull your hip and the front knee will drop in. And then we come forward. Hands to heart, tap the back knee. And lifting up. 2 more times. And up. Last time down. Up, stretching your fingers. Up, stretching the front of your hip. And then touching the floor. Stepping back to your down dog. Lifting up, rolling forward, and come down to your bellies. Same thing, pointing your toes. Lifting the chest, and either stay or add on, up dog. And tucking the chin, rolling back, down dog. Pausing here, 2 or 3 breaths. You might already notice that each time you come to down dog, it gets a little easier. You might notice a new sensation or something different. Your legs getting longer, your spine getting longer, your arms getting stronger. Lifting the heels, bending the knees, walk or step to the top. Exhaling head to knee. We've got 1 last round, bending the knees, all the way down and push up. Good. Hands to heart, lift the heels. Lower the heels, hands forward. Hands to heart, lift the heels. Press your ankle bones together, but imagine your knees are pushing in and out at the same time. Heels down. And then lifting the heels. This time, keep the heels high. Push yourself up to standing. Find a spot on the floor that's not going to move. And if you can, ankle bones together, heels high, rolling back, down to the floor, fingers to the mat, head to knee, heels up high. Lifting the chin, lifting the chest. And exhaling, head to knee, heels down. Sink your butt. Chair pose. And then forward fold, fingers to mat, head to knee. Inhaling, chin and chest lift. And stepping back, down dog. Last round. Lifting up, rolling forward, and coming down to your bellies. Toes point. Chest lift. Either stay or add. And then we'll all be back in down dog. Good. Lifting the right leg. Knee to shoulder or elbow. Pressing back. Knee to nose. And back. Bend in the knee this time as you tap the heel to the butt. Then you can try and lift the knee and the hip out to the side. But keep your right elbow or your right shoulder pressing down, or the right armpit, I should say, pressing down to the floor. So your shoulders stay square and the hips open. And then stepping the foot forward. Left heel to the floor. Pull the right sit bone in. Squeeze your butt, lifting up. Warrior two. Good. So from here, adding on some side bends, keeping the legs as they are. Left hand, left leg, right arm up. You're reaching your fingers, right fingers away from the right hip. Then turn your palms to face each other like you're holding a beach ball. From here, moving from your belly button, inhaling, turn your beach ball, coming forward, right elbow, right thigh. And then you're going to turn your beach ball the other way. Reversing your warrior once more. Inhaling forward. And back. And then one more time, coming forward. And this time you can either leave your elbow on the thigh or keep your right hip in, right sit bone pulling in. And maybe you slide your hand, right fingers to the floor. Then your left arm stretches out. Parsvakonasana, side angle pose. And then turning to the side. Turning your toes out, heels in, bending the knees, rolling up, and finding your warrior two once more. And then from here, you're going to straighten the leg, push your left hip forward, spine upright. So you've got a nice long spine, hips are square, rolling your right thigh out, pressing your right big toe down. Now you're going to push the right hip back, and you're just tilting on the hip. Push the left hip forward, you lift up. Right hip back, you tilt, feeling it open into the right hip, stretching into the front of the right groin. And then the left hip pushes forward, you lift up. So triangle pose, just for the hips. And then the right hip pushes back. From here, you can either leave your right hand maybe holding onto the leg and you're trying to pull yourself away, or you can do half a train track with the right bottom arm forward, wrapping your left arm, open the chest, and if you're feeling a little gung-ho, double train tracks. But you want to keep the spine straight, and then bend in the knee, warrior two. Bring your hands to the floor, and stepping back to down dog. Good, well done. Last side. So we lift up, we flush it out, coming through a little flow, down to the bellies, point the toes. Lifting for your cobra, or for your up dog. And tucking the chin, and rolling back down dog. And lifting the left leg, tapping the shoulder. And back. Tapping the knee, or the knee to your nose. And back. Bending the knee, tap your own butt. Then lifting the knee, lifting the hip, but not the shoulder or the armpit. And then stepping the foot forward. Right heel to the mat. Squeeze your bum, pull it in, lifting up. Good. So reversing your warrior. Right hand, right leg, left hand up. You're still trying to engage your stomach muscles so we're not poking the ribs out and crunching the back. Holding onto your beach ball. Then moving from your belly button forward. And then back. Pause. Inhaling forward. Exhaling to pause. Inhaling back. Pause. And this time, inhaling, coming forward. And either stay with your elbow on the knee or bring your fingers down to the floor and you stretch out, getting really long. Bring your arm down, turning to the side. Heels in, toes out, bending the knees. Rolling up. And returning to your warrior two. So now it's our little triangle hip practice. Straighten the front leg. You know, just by straightening the front leg, you might be pushing the hip back. So, push your hip forward. And this should be the same sensation you have in your warrior two. Warrior two, you're trying to push the back hip forward. So straighten the leg, still pushing the back hip forward, and then pushing the front hip back. Back hip forward, lifts you up. Front hip pushes back. One more time. Right hip pushes forward. And then the left hip pushes back. So this is just helping to lubricate your joints as well. And then we can add on the arms this time. So the front thigh rolling out, left thigh rolls out, left big toe anchors you. Then you deepen this hip crease, front hip pushing back, the spine stays straight. Nice Tadasana mountain pose spine. And you either have traditional triangle pose, arms, or wrap the top arm, extend the bottom arm, or go all out and reach both arms like a train track. And then coming down, stepping back, down dog. One last flushing out, rolling forward, coming down. Your little back bend, or adding on the arm balancing back bend, up dog, downward facing dog. Pausing here, feeling your feet strong, your hands strong, your legs and your arms, the breath calm. Then from here, we're going to come down to the floor. So lifting the heels up, bending the knees, and then walk or step forward, land in a cross-legged position. So we're not going to do that much on the floor, but just a little to calm down, ground down, finish off. So bring your feet and your legs together, hold onto the outside edges of your feet, and use your big toes to put your big toes on your hands, they're called thumbs, to push the big toes on your feet forward. And then use the hands to pull the little toes back, straightening out the ankles. So with a firm grip on your feet, ankles being straightened out, head onto the knees, and then slide your heels forward. So then your legs might stay quite bent. I need to scoot back so I'm not shaving off skin on the gravel. And then you only slide your legs as far forward as you can, with the knees bent, head on the knees, holding your feet. Just notice what this feels like. And then releasing your hands. Use your hands to push you up. Bend in the knees, feet about hip distance, hands to the floor behind you. Bend your elbows so you can shrug your shoulders up and back together. Squeeze your butt. Push your feet down and your hips up. Now once you can see that your hips are in height with your knees, you're going to bend your elbows a little more, and then you're going to lift the sides of your ribs away from the floor, stretching and opening across the front of your chest and your armpit chest area. Imagine someone's pulling you back from the crown of your head. And then sitting down. So our forward bend, one more time, holding your feet, thumbs pushing big toes forward, head onto the knee, stretching forward. You might notice that you can already get a little longer. And then releasing your hands, gently pushing you up. One more time, hands behind, our little tabletop position. Feet pressed down, shoulders shrug up and back. Shoulder blades hugging together. And squeezing your bum, push the hips up. Feet push down. So notice if you scrunch up your toes, relax the toes. And then we bend the elbows a little, lift the sides of the chest. And the crown of the head pulls back. Keeping the spine nice and long and the neck long. Breath calm. And then butt to the floor. Good. Now bring the soles of your feet together. And holding on thumbs to the inside of the big toes. It's like you're trying to peel your feet open like a book. And from here, keeping the spine straight, leaning forward. And using your hands, pushing you up. Now take your feet a little further away, just a smidge. Your hands can rest on your ankles. This time I'm going to tuck the chin, round the spine, aim the top of your head down into the middle of your feet. Use your hands and the breath to push you up. Take the feet a little longer. And the top of the head down to the middle of the legs. Arms can rest on your legs or the floor. Using your hands to press you up. Bring your legs together. See how you go now with your forward fold. Head onto the knee. Thumbs pushing the big toes forward. The rest of the fingers pulling the little toes back. Head on the knees. Straightening out. So I've been on holiday for a few weeks now. Haven't had as regular a practice as I would back home. So I definitely notice I'm a lot stiffer, which also means I have to be more careful with what I do. Each day the practice will feel different. Each day you have to accommodate for what your body needs. And gently sitting up. Bending the right knee, foot on the floor. You can have your knee in line with the thigh, or if you need, have it more in line with the knee. Right fingers to the floor behind you. And then the left elbow on top of the knee. And use the elbow to push down so the spine and the chest lifts up. And a little twist. Make sure this leg doesn't just flop, it's still a part of the game. Few breaths here. Feeling the breath into the left side of your body. But also trying to breathe into the right side of the body where you feel things are getting compressed. That way the breath can help to massage your body from the inside. Inhale the gaze forward and release. Right leg forward, left leg bends. Again, either bending the knee a lot, foot in line with thigh, or if you need, foot a little forward. That might help to sit you up a little taller. Right elbow onto the left knee, left fingers behind. You push down to lift up and twist. And everything is invited to the party, so keeping your legs strong and engaged. There's a nice rule of thumb about twists. While your shoulders move in one direction, your hips move in the other direction. That way you try and maintain this twist in the spine. So here, we're peeling our left shoulder back. So press your left hip forward. And bring your gaze back to center. Lengthen the twist. And then from here, sitting about halfway. One of my favorite ways of coming down to the floor, holding on to your feet. And then you slowly roll down. Keep holding onto your feet. Bring your knees into your chest. And then relaxing your legs back down to the floor in a cross-legged position. And you'll notice that lying here cross-legged, getting a nice release into the front of your legs, the front of your groins. And then resting your hands on your belly. Find where your belly button is and rest your fingertips together just below your belly button. Staying here for a few breaths and then let each inhale expand your belly like a balloon, pushing the skin up against your fingertips. lower back soften. Inhaling, breathing in. Expanding your belly as much as you can, even when you think you can't breathe in anymore. You squeeze in another sip, like you're trying to expand the entire front of your pelvis with your breath. Slowly letting it go. Feel the front of your body relax and release. And then as you inhale, uncrossing your legs, releasing your arms. And just letting your feet flop, your shoulders get heavy, your fingers relax. Kind of like you're sunbaking, just relaxing yourself. No matter where you are, imagine you're lying on warm sand. The morning sunshine gently caressing your skin, inviting you into the day. Your body getting heavier and softer, like butter melting in this warm, golden sunlight. Brain getting heavy. Your eyeballs sinking into the sockets. Your tongue and your lips getting soft. The jaw softening. The roof of your mouth softening. Maybe scan the whole way down to your toes. Just scanning your body without lingering too long anywhere. Noticing and moving on. Welcome home. And from here, slowly allowing the breath to deepen. As if each deepening breath bubbles you back up to the surface. Feel into your skin, maybe moving your arms and legs, your fingers and toes. The birds are beginning to stir as well. And keeping your eyes closed, roll onto your side. It's always a nice way to prepare. Letting everything equilibrate. And then you gently press yourself up. Keeping the eyes closed and just sitting for a moment in a comfortable seated position. Letting your hands rest somewhere so your shoulders feel supported. Your hands can be up or down. Last moment to let everything settle like the glitter in a snow globe. Before we move on to the rest of our day, out into the real world where the real yoga begins. Bring your palms together. Press your thumbs against your heart. And bowing your head towards your heart. And thanking yourselves for giving yourself a time on the mat. Open your eyes. Thanks for joining. And thanks for those two ladies too. Have a lovely day. Bye.